local or they will be global is dependent on how you are able to stand this up. Can you see that it is beyond what you graduated from school with? Can you see that it is beyond the job you are even doing presently? It takes way more than that. Because again, positioning is not about your location. It's about your visibility. Some of you think that, oh, by the time I leave, because I'm worshiping in the church in this location, I cannot be seen. It's not about that. You can be in the church here, and you will be more visible than someone who is fellowshipping in the church in VI, if you agree with me. Because why? The dynamic has changed. A lot of things have come up together to give us a different experience from remote work. Following COVID-19, we now have more people saying, I don't want to work in an office. Remote work has become what? A reality. LinkedIn has become the new TV platform. Social platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and the like. And then we now have AI. AI is changing things rapidly. So everything has become less about geography and more about how you have positioned yourself for the opportunities. So if you've not positioned yourself, you will be invisible actually. You will be what? You will be invisible. Media, are you putting up the slide? I can't see the slide. The slide is not up. It will be helpful to be able to work with that. So it is how you have positioned yourself that now makes you become visible to the opportunities that are available there. And what are the things that you need to do to be visible? Like I said, you need to be a person of skill and value. What have you developed yourself on? Then you need to have proof. I know how to write content. I'm a content creator. I want to apply to be the content creator of a software company in the UK. Then I go to your Instagram page or your LinkedIn, and I'm seeing posts. The last post you posted was 2021. And you want to be the social media handler. You want to be the content creator of a company in 2026. And your own page, the last post you posted was in 2021. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? You'll be treated as a fraud. You don't have the proof, the evidence to back up what you are saying. So your portfolio, your platform, what are the things you have done up until that time? And trust me, it's not until you have a 9-to-5 job before you have proof or work experience or portfolio. The world has changed. Maybe you took a course. Someone asked a question earlier. She said that if I studied accounting in school and I want to pivot into a different field, I don't want to build a career in accounting, can I do that? Oh, yes. The answer is what? Yes, you can. Because actually, new careers are coming up these days. 4 years ago, there was nothing like I'm a content creator as a profession, true or false? There was nothing like that. It was just people playing on social media. But that has changed. We now have people building careers in technology, building careers on different social media platforms. So if you want to make a pivot into that field, then you need to begin to arrange your digital footprint to relate, to reflect where you are transitioning into. That's how you position yourself. So if you are saying, if you are, for instance, you are an accountant and you want to become positioned, or you want to become what example do we use now? You want to be known as a data analyst. You want to be known as what? As a data analyst. Then you need to begin to show that you have done some level of data analysis, and that's what your portfolio will show. And let me tell you that these days, over 8 years in the HR field, we don't rely on CVs anymore again. We don't just look at CVs alone. They've been doing that in the UK, in the US and all, and that's why sometimes some people will say, I went to the embassy, and then after the interview, they told me I was lying. Yes, because why? They have done investigation. Beyond the documents you've submitted, they have investigated your social media pages. So now, even in recruitment, beyond the CV you have submitted, We have checked you out on your social media pages, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram. We've checked you out to see if there's an alignment, if there is evidence of who you say you are. So you need to have proof, you need to have presence, and then you need to have influence. What does influence mean? These days, anybody can become an influencer, true or false? Yes, it's about consistently saying your own, speaking out, sharing your thoughts and your experience. But some of you are asking for global opportunities when you have not even positioned yourself to be a local authority in that field that you are calling for global. You first play in the local field, then you position yourself for the global one. Are we together? So it is stage by stage. Now we look at the 5 T's of global positioning, and they are competence, credibility, competence, of course, value. Credibility, is there really good proof to what you are saying? And this one is a very critical one, communication. You see, the difference between you and the person that has that opportunity and you that missed out is how well you are able to sell your value. Communication is beyond saying that I am a bead maker or a bag maker. It is how do you communicate in such a way that you see value in what you have said. And then your connections and your character. When you've worked on these competencies of global positioning, it's helped you to now be in a space where you begin to have access to different global opportunities. But let me now tell you, I said earlier that it is not just your connection that gets you those opportunities. It is also a combination of your character, your competence, and then you now add connections to it. Because there is a place for networking. In your career journey, there are 3 sets of people that you need. You need mentors, as has been rightly said. And these mentors are not people you go to because you make someone your mentor because you want them to give you a job. That is wrong. You make someone your mentor because you want to have access to their circles. You want to also be in the room where they are, not necessarily because you want to learn. There are people you call mentors, then they become your career sponsors. A popular man of God says that God blesses man through man. Right? The blessing you are asking for is going to come through a man. But how have you positioned yourself to receive that blessing? Then the next category of people that you need in your journey are your peer group. This person is still a school teacher. He's still earning 30,000 salary. So we are not in the same category. Not at all. You are all in a journey. Because the person that is in a low category today can rise to become a CEO tomorrow that will make a recommendation for you. So you need people within your peer group where you can exchange notes. Someone like you might know about a conference like this and say, oh, there's this conference where there will be speakers, there will be grants and different things. But you are not aware. But that is what your peer group are going through. They are accessing those information in that space, and then you will miss out because you are not working together. So you need your peer group, and then you need connectors. Are we together? So when you have these people on your side, how do you then access? Somebody is asking, so where exactly are these global opportunities that we are talking about? I'm going to list them out, right? Okay, thank you, media. We have them on the screen. Employment. There are different companies now that no longer need a physical space to exist. All their workforce are remote. So there are remote roles that are now available globally for anyone qualified to take up those roles. We have international companies who are also now having hybrid work as well. These are opportunities that are globally available, also even available in Nigeria. So don't think Nigerian companies are left out. For instance, in my company, we only go to the office once in a week. We work 4 days remote. It's happening in Nigeria here already. But how well, if you are someone that you cannot even manage yourself to wake up at 8 a.m. to meet up with an 8:30 meeting, how are you going to perform in a remote role? So you need to have prepared yourself for such opportunity. Then we have freelancing. You can become a freelancer, not necessarily having a 9 to 5. And there are platforms where you can take up a project and execute it, and you get paid via money platforms. You have Upwork, you have Fiverr, TopTal, and Construct. The third one, which is very important, is community. What community do you belong to? Your WhatsApp platform, your Instagram, your LinkedIn. What community do you belong to? You need to have a active LinkedIn page. How many of us have active LinkedIn page here? Your LinkedIn page is active. You updated it within the last 3 months or 2 months. Last 2 months. Amazing. Amazing. Because why? If we want to check out a professional, we will check your LinkedIn page. Then we have platforms and Slack. There are opportunities there as well if you know how to navigate your way around. And these things are not difficult. You can always learn it at any point. Then there is Opportunity Desk. Opportunity Desk is a platform that helps you to know scholarships that are available in UK, Canada, Germany, Australia. It also tells you about PhD, education, job opportunities. So just go to www.opportunity.desk. You will be able to see different opportunities globally available that you can have access to, right? And then industry association. The last one is events. Conferences like this is an opportunity for you to have access to global opportunity, because one word, one information, one question you will ask, one clarity you will get might be all that you need to move your career to the next phase. My time is up, and I just have to watch quickly. But I'll just take this part, which I titled the game changer. What do you need to do after sitting in a conference like this so it doesn't just become, oh, I have heard, and then I go back without anything changing? Something can change within the next 3 months of your life if you take actionable steps from today. You have heard about the opportunities. You have heard about the platforms. What are the next things to do? Audit and define yourself. Who are you? I want us to quickly do something now. Pick up your phone and go to Google. Type your name. Who is Amawachi Odiyemi? Check what Google will bring out for you. Just check on your phone. Who is Amawachi? Don't type my name. Type your own name. Who are you? Check what Google will bring out for you. Check it quickly. Very important. Because whatever Google brings out for you, you might think that you are known as a fashion designer. Google might bring out something else for you. Whatever it brings out, it means that is how your brand, your personality has been positioned. Some of you say, I don't have a brand. Whether you are managing it or not, you already have a brand. The silence is also a brand. The lack of activity is also a brand. Meaning that this person is not someone you want to rely on. Do we understand? So if you don't like what you are seeing on Google right now about you, or it is not updated, or it is not correct, it then means that you have work to do. So that's what you need to do. Audit and define who you are. Now you build, the next stage, you build and begin to publish, begin to speak, begin to write, begin to communicate, make the videos, put out the designs, share your work, share your products. Whatever you are good at, put it out there, even if it is one like, even if it is one comment, even if it is 0, that consistency will compound to give you visibility and proof eventually. Do we understand? The next one is connect and engage. Don't just be an island. Don't just go there to consume content. Some people are on LinkedIn, and then when you see them on maybe industry leaders page and they are commenting, oh, spot on, right on. No, think thoughtfully and comment strategically, because your comment can make other people to check you out as well. And someone will be like, who is this brilliant person? Then from your comments, you're already attracting what? Visibility for your page. Are we together? And then the last one is systemize and sustain. Let it not be a one-off thing. Let it be frequent, consistent. Keep speaking, keep sharing your thoughts, keep sharing your ideas, and then as you go on and along, developing yourself, learning new skills, enhancing yourself, you will then find yourself in a space where when the opportunities come, you are fit for the opportunity. It's a painful thing to not be qualified for an opportunity that comes your way. It's a painful thing. So global opportunities are not hidden, as I take the conclusion. They are distributed across platforms, communities, and relationships. The question is not whether opportunities exist. The question is whether you are positioned to access them. Recently, we were hiring for a particular role and a senior level art director role. And then we had applications and interviews. I'll just take this story to round up. I know my time is fast spent, but I want to tell you this story about how your positioning, how your visibility can be a game changer. Now, this young man had gone to the assessment, the recruitment process, where you are screened, you come in for a presentation, we give you a brief, we tell you, go and do it and come. We don't even need to meet you physically. Everything is virtual, right? But from your response, we can tell the quality of person you are. Now, this young man came in, and from the brief he submitted, even though his portfolio has a very good story, has a very good evidence, but how he approached the assessment at that time scored him low, and so he was dropped down among other candidates. Now, you know the interesting thing, we had this presentation, I think 2 days before Stella or so, right? Internally, we had not shared the feedback to say that, sorry, unfortunately, you know this kind of mails. Unfortunately, we'll not be able to post. We've not done that yet. Until we conclude the process, that's when we do that. 2 days before Stella, on Stella Day, we just saw that someone went ahead and designed a Stella greeting. You know how brands do Stella designs and flyers, do Happy Stella and the like. So this art director of his own used his skill, used his work tools, and redesigned our brand logo. Guess what? The moment he posted this, and my CEO saw the design and the post, the next thing he did was to call me. Hello, Charles. We have a candidate. I had not seen the post. Then I said, oh, he just forwarded his LinkedIn, his link to me, the profile link, and said, this candidate, we need to speak with him. What he did was brilliant, out of the box, extraordinary. And then the next thing I said, sir, this candidate has been assessed, but he did not pass. He did not pass what? He didn't pass what? And because again, we have to now reevaluate to say that maybe he did not give proper attention to the assessment at that time. Then we invited him for the second round and gave him a second chance. But what was the game changer? The proof, the evidence. He positioned himself at a strategic time because, again, we already had our internal salary greeting message. But what he did was more than what we had. And then he posted it at the right time, saying that, you know what, without talking, I am the best candidate for the role. Today, he's already working in our organization. So that's to tell you that if you position yourself with the skill you have, you will be visible. Imagine that it's not as if he had just learned that skill that day. Is that the case? No. He already had it in him. He just maybe did not position himself or did the assessment very well and scored low. And by the next week, he won't be able to rise. But he went further and used that skill, positioned himself, and got that opportunity. And guess what? That's an opportunity of his lifetime. He has been trying to get into our organization for years. Imagine he didn't do that one thing. Imagine he said, I've done an interview. Let's just be waiting. Do you understand? So how you position yourself and make yourself visibility can change the game for your small business. It can change the game. It can change the story for your career. It can change your life entirely. Some of us are already in organizations. They are not necessarily looking for jobs, but you are quiet. You are too cold. You are too invisible. And guess what? You are too broke to not be visible. They are talking about you don't have opportunities, you don't have money. Somebody says you are too broke to not be visible. And I agree. Except you have all the money in the world, that's when you will not be visible. Coca-Cola is 75 years. They are still doing advertisements. Dangote, with all the money he has, they are still advertising everything that they do. But you, with the skill you have, you are not advertising yourself. It is visibility that changes the game. So I'm just going to end this year with, it is not whether those opportunities exist. And that was why I started with tell yourself, I am qualified for the global stage. Because if you are thinking yourself out, that is another problem. That's what we call imposter syndrome. You just think that they are better than me. They are not better than you. They are more visible than you. Oh, you don't know? They are more visible than you. There is no successful business owner today who does the technical aspect of their job. Otherwise, they will not scale. You don't understand? There is no successful business owner today, the CEO, who does the technical job of the organization. They don't. They move to another level and allow the people that can do it more than them to work under them. So if you don't make yourself visible, you will continue to work under people. If you don't make yourself visible, you will be streamlined to only the lowest level of opportunities. And opportunities are there. In your organization, what are you known for? Some of you are working in companies that you don't understand the business. But when they are compiling the list for the people that will embark on the next strategy session, on the next international representation of the organization or international conference, you are angry that your name is not on the list. What are you going to say there when you have not started saying it now? Oh, so we want to do this project. We are looking at how you are not volunteering. You are not building your portfolio. You say your work is only to do admin manager. Nothing about operations, nothing about logistics, nothing about business development concerns you. So if the opportunity is about business development, you will miss out. Because why? You have not sought to add value or demonstrate what you can do, even beyond your scope of work. I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm just trying to let you know that opportunity that can transform your life, move you out from this location, move you out from your current state, change the story of poverty in that family, are available at your fingertips with the AI, with the phones, with the tablets that you have. All you need to do is to step into it, take action, and move forward. But if you continue to do the same thing that you've always been doing, you will keep being where you are. So it is not whether global opportunities exist, but it is how have you positioned yourself for them. Thank you.
Wow. Somebody say, wow. Please, was that not impactful? Was it not insightful? Like, were you not like, okay, I was legit having chills in my body that, wow, that's full of knowledge, that's full of wisdom. Because she was even able to give us practical examples on how this thing actually works. So we already know the drills. We'll be having questions now. But while the question is ongoing, please, I would like the media team, the projector team, to be projecting the sponsor's logo on the screen. Thank you very much. All right, so we've heard, we've listened for over 20 minutes, and it's time for us to ask. Out of everything she has said, there's a point that you're like, okay, but why you could, there's that question, who? Am I making sense? So I believe that we have those questions. So I want to hear us raise up our hands. Usher, please pass the mic around for the people that have questions. Just raise up your hand. If you are shy to raise up your hand, I will ask her to pass the mic to somebody who is going to tell us at least one thing he or she has learned from everything she has said so far in the past 20 minutes. All right. Okay, I think we found someone. Someone has a question. Okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Amarachi. That was a lovely presentation. Although I wasn't here when it started, but I was able to get a few things from what you highlighted. So my question is, you emphasized more about reaching out of your technical work. You mentioned something about strategic positioning and visibility. How do you marry that with your social skills? let's say you're not someone who is as outspoken as the next person, but you want to scale up. Your LinkedIn page is filled with so much content, but once it becomes a social interaction, a physical interaction, it's hard for you. So how do you push yourself out there? How do you give yourself that visibility that you want with your flaw, in quotes? That's my question.
Oh, thank you very much for that question. Mrs. Amarachi, I hope you noted that. Okay, do we have another question? Okay, who's the next person? All right, thank you very much, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chinedu. That was a nice session. But my question is this. What is positioning and presence? I believe both are two different things. And there has to be a balance. So I want to understand from your perspective, what is positioning? What is presence? How do you balance the two to be able not to miss out on both? Because I know there is positioning and there is presence. So how do you balance the two, make the both work, and then be able to, get what you want? So that's my question.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. That's question number 2. Majiji noted that. Okay, so do we have any more questions? Any more questions? Okay, before she answers the question, I just need one person to tell us overall what did you get from everything that she has said. So the usher, use your digression to give somebody that is interesting to you, someone you feel like, okay, I like this person's face, so tell me something. All right, time is going. Don't be shy, don't be shy, don't be shy. Thank you, thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Sophie. She talked about social media.
Okay.
Like you want to get a job, supposed to at least have a social media, update your social media, maybe be posting on your social media. But I have a question actually. The question is that if you're not a social media person, you don't like putting your pictures on social media, and maybe you are a digital marketing, you know what you are doing, you know your job very well, but you don't like posting your pictures, even on WhatsApp status. Sometimes it's difficult for you to post your picture. How do you do it with your profession?
Oh, thank you very much. I realized that it takes me pointing out people to talk about what they learned before they realize, okay, from what I learned, I actually have a question. Thank you very much, sister, for that question. All right, I'll be welcoming Mrs. Amarachi to answer those questions. Thank you very much, ma'am. Please, a round of applause for her. We're bringing her out again.
All right, thank you very much. Those are very beautiful questions. So before I answer the question, permit me to be sure that I understood your question. The first one, you're asking if you are a very shy person, how do you put yourself out there even though you are shy? Is that correct? All right, thank you. The second one was, what's the difference between positioning and presence? Right? Is that correct? You marry the both. Okay, beautiful. And then the last one is, you are very related to the first one as well. If you are a shy person, you don't like to put yourself out there. Is that correct? All right, these are very beautiful questions. Now, I will first start with, there has to be a purpose and a strategy for everything you do if you want to achieve certain results. If you do things the way everybody does this, right, you will not stand out. If you borrow another person's content style, another person's language, another person's approach, you will at best become a copy of that person. And I'm saying this because laying the foundation for building your presence, becoming visible, is that you need to first ask yourself, who am I? And who do I want people to know me as? Do you understand? If you are a digital marketing manager by day and you want an event management business over the weekend, right? You need to be intentional about where and how do I want people to see me. Do you understand? You know, there are two different